Okay, guys, so in this complicated web of Lori Vallows, we have some more people that are involved. We have another 911 call, and let's take a look at these new developments. So let's enter Melanie and Brandon. Melanie is Lori's niece, and Brandon was her husband. Look here. So we have Melanie Boudreau and Brandon Boudreau. Melanie is Lori's niece and got wrapped up in this doomsday cult with her, and Brandon almost died because of it. So let's take a look at this crazy web of craziness. So new 911 calls are shedding light on the disappearance of JJ and Tylee. The first call came in on October 2nd to the police in Arizona, and on the end of that line was a frazzled Brandon Boudreau, who says, "Someone just shot out my window." I'll let you listen to the call in just a minute here. And the dispatcher starts to ask, "Did you see the guy that actually," and he answers, "I didn't see who it was." His call from there is redacted for quite some time. It's unclear what he was telling the dispatcher. Boudreau told the media that he believed the shooting was related to his ex-wife Melanie Boudreau's newfound religious beliefs that she shared with her aunt, Lori Vallow Daybells. Now, Brandon Boudreau explained that he was so scared that he went into hiding with his kids in Utah. And about a month after, in mid-November, there was another 911 call that was revealing that Melanie had tried to visit her ex-husband's father's home, even though she was told not to go there. According to the police reports, Melanie's uncle, Alex Cox, drove her to the home. Boudreau's father yells at Melanie to leave and tells dispatchers that she's gained access to his garage. "Get out of my house," he screams at Melanie. "The police are on their way. Get away from my door now." Boudreau's father said that Melanie is banging on his door and yelling. He tells the dispatcher she is there to try to get her kids. "Someone tried to kill my son 3 weeks ago," Boudreau's father explains to the dispatcher, "and we believe that she is involved in it." Police arrested and cited Melanie with criminal trespassing. Her case is now working its way through the court system in Utah. Months before the mysterious disappearance of JJ and Tylee, we had one of their relatives shot in Gilbert while driving home from the gym. The bullet missed Brandon Boudreau's head by inches. The shooter fled, and the investigation is ongoing. The attempt at Brandon Boudreau's life occurred on October 2nd. The Jeep that his would-be killer was driving was registered to Charles Vallow. Now that is Lori's husband that was killed by her husband, Alex Cox, by her brother, Alex Cox. So craziness, right? So Vallow died on July 11th. Again, he was shot to death by Lori's brother, Alex Cox. And Boudreau believes that Charles's death, the children's disappearance, and his attempted murder are all connected to a radical religious group that the children's mother, Lori Vallow, joined about 18 months ago. "I just don't know how people can get so wrapped up that they can end up in this space where these people are. It's just so radical, so different," Boudreau said. Boudreau's ex-wife, Melanie Boudreau, is Lori's niece. She began spending time with Lori and the religious group and suddenly demanded a divorce over the summer. According to Brandon, Brandon said, "I thought I had a happy marriage, so it was pretty overwhelming." Before the divorce was final, someone seen driving Charles Vallow's vehicle attempted to kill Brandon. Now, Alex Cox, the uncle, drove Melanie to American Fork Police did not arrest Alex after he claimed self-defense in the shooting of Charles. In December, 1 month after the incident in American Fork, Gilbert, Arizona, received a 911 call of a man barely breathing and unresponsive on the floor. And we listened to that the other night. And that's when Alex Cox is found in the bathroom by his girlfriend's son, 25-year-old son, who calls 911. And then the mother, the girlfriend of Alex Cox, comes in and tries to do CPR, but he dies later, and his autopsy results have not been released. After his attempted murder, Brandon asked the court for full custody of his 4 children and requested Melanie not see the children without supervision. The agents investigating the shooting have indicated to Brandon that they have concerns over the children's safety if they remain in the care of the mother unsupervised, and Brandon's attorney wrote that in the court papers. Also in those court files, Brandon's attorney expressed his concerns about Melanie's relationship with her aunt, Lori Vallow. Melanie frequently spent time with Lori and took their children to her home, according to the court documents. Brandon said through his attorneys that he's worried his children were at risk of imminent physical and emotional harm if they were to return to their mother. When she was alerted to the shooting, Melanie did not express concern for his safety or the safety of the children, Brandon claims in these court documents. About 2 weeks after the shooting, Melanie texted Brandon that she had decided to move to Boise. The children could remain with you in Arizona. You could have to arrange for daycare, and I have the kids for school holidays and summers, or I could take the kids to Idaho and enroll them in school there, and you can have them for school holidays and summers. Please let me know what you'd like to do, is a text that Melanie sent to Brandon. A judge granted Brandon temporary custody of the children. Brandon said he's living with the children in hiding out of state. In November, Melanie was arrested on suspicion of trespassing on Brandon's parents' property in America Fork, Utah. According to the Utah County Sheriff's Office, she was released from custody the same day. Melanie did not respond when asked for a comment regarding this, and Brandon said he is just a normal guy who thought he had a simple life, a wife who loved him, 4 kids that adored both him and Melanie, and a dream house in Gilbert. Now for the 911 calls, since they redacted so much, there were only little bits and pieces that were released, and they were released in a news article. I will put the link to that in the video description, okay, because it's not like I can just get a big soundbite of the call. They're just very small pieces that are released, so I will put that in the video description so you can hear it. Now, besides Charles's death, there's also the suspicious death we know of Tammy Daybell, the late wife of Chad, and she was exhumed and her autopsy results have not been released. So that's another suspicious thing here. And last but not least, let's not forget, after Lori Vallow ignored a court order to produce her 2 missing children, an Idaho storage company released security footage showing the mother visiting a unit multiple times in October and November, leaving photos, bicycles, clothing, and other items belonging to JJ and Tylee, who are the children missing. Self Storage Plus in Rexburg, Idaho said Lori signed a $53 per month rental agreement on October 1st for a 10 by 10 unit. Her credit card was declined in January, and the company notified police. Self-storage released security footage from the facility showing Vallow and a man resembling her late brother Alex Cox going to the unit 9 times in October and once in November. They moved items, including boxes, bikes, totes. There's even something they're carrying out, looks like, to me, it looks like there's legs hanging over the side. Even gun cases, in and out of the unit, tires. Police executed a search warrant on the unit, as well as the townhouse where Vallow lived with her husband Chad in late November. The unit has been untouched since then. according to Self Storage Plus. Investigators photographed items found inside, including bikes, a scooter, winter clothing, a photo album with pictures of JJ and Tylee, sports equipment, a backpack with JJ's initials, and a jersey with the name of Colby Ryan, the oldest son of Lori Daybells.